I just want to follow up the question I asked you about 2 days ago about the experience of awareness, which I had heard you respond to Haldwasken as awareness is that which is ever present, that which is limitless, that which is inherently peaceful and unconditionally fulfilled. And I got everything except the limitless bit, and I was trying to understand.
Francis, my meditations over the last few days have been the experiential response to your question.
Indeed. And I just want to say, at the time you said you're trying to understand it with your finite mind, but you said you're on the right path and keep going. And thank you for that, because as you were guiding the meditation this morning about experiencing the universe inside of you, and then you pointed out, well, if you think of the universe as this vast thing in space-time, then awareness has to be even bigger than this enormous thing in space-time. The penny dropped, and it was apparent to me that I'd been using my finite mind to understand it, and it's the wrong approach, and I'd reached the limit of my finite mind. So now I can experientially say, and correct me if I'm wrong, or I still need some way to go. Experientially, I know awareness is ever present, because it is. Oh, I know awareness as being without disturbance, and hence inherently peaceful. I know awareness as being without lack, and hence unconditionally fulfilled. And I know awareness as being dimensionless, because it has no dimensions. So I think that piece for me just works. And if that works, that's okay, I'm going to rest with that. But you say you're not there yet, then I still got something to work on. And the last bit is I know awareness as experientially as that of no separation. And hence, it is love itself. So for me, all those pieces now fall into place. So my question to you is, do I still have something to work on?
Okay. Your understanding that awareness is ever present is said in contrast to your experience of the impermanence of things. By contrast with all the things that disappear, awareness is ever present. Your knowledge that awareness is inherently peaceful is said with reference to the agitation of your mind. The understanding that awareness is inherently fulfilled is said with reference to your finite mind's experience of suffering. And the understanding that awareness is unlimited and therefore shared and therefore knows no separation is said with reference to the finite mind's experience of conflict or separation. So all the statements you've made are statements that the finite mind makes about awareness. Mm-hmm. And they're all legitimate. So that each of those statements the fact that awareness is ever present, inherently peaceful, unconditionally fulfilled, and knows no separation. These are all said as the antidote to the belief that awareness is temporary, agitated, sorrowful, and separate. And those four understandings are valid with reference to the mind's previous experience. So the next step you have to take is to experience awareness just how it is in its own experience of itself. And as I said earlier, awareness has no knowledge of that it is ever present because it has no knowledge of temporary things. It doesn't know the experience I am peaceful because it has never had the experience of being agitated. It doesn't have the experience of being inherently fulfilled because it has never suffered. It doesn't have the experience I am not separate because it's never had the experience of separation. In other words, in awareness's own experience of itself, there is only I am. So these four expressions, and I can see how genuine that they are for you. These four understandings are like the thorns that have removed the thorn. The thorn I am eternal is the thorn that has been used to remove the belief I am temporary. The thorn I am inherently peaceful has been used to remove the thorn I am agitated, and so on. So that's good. You've thrown away the first series of thorns, but now you have to throw away the second series of thorns until there's just the pure I am, just the awareness of being, and no other knowledge.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, all right. So I just want to express that I've come on a very long journey in space-time to be here.
You have indeed, yeah.
And I thank you for taking me on a journey outside of space-time, from my mind to my heart. And that in itself has been worth the journey in space-time. And I just want to say also that, I think Anthony de Mello, who's a spiritual writer, quotes the Buddha as saying, "Don't take my words on face value, but treat them as a goldsmith treats gold. Rub it, cut it, burn it, polish it, and just make sure it's true gold." And that's what I've been doing with your words. And I remember 3 years ago when I first came upon your videos, and I saw a few of them, and I wrote to a spiritual friend that I sort of see from time to time in Melbourne. I just came across this guy, Rupertspira, and he says these things about I am and whatever. And I said, the question I wrote, and I wrote it, is, can it be that non-duality is so simple and accessible? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I have been road testing them over the last 3 years, and they have stayed true to the road test. So I'm very glad to be here, and I thank you for pointing out the thorns that I've now put aside and the thorns I need to work on.
Thank you, Francis.